Hi everyone, I'm Alexia Maria Orwella, reporting for Hollywood Connections on Talk Radio, and I'm here with
April Young.
and we're here with Mr. Todd Thompson. I love him. It's a good chance to meet you again and talk to you. So what have you been doing since last time? I know that you have a short film here, and I actually got to speak with Max, your star. So can you tell us about it?
Well, the film is called AMERIGO, and it's a true story based on the life, an incident in the life of my grandfather, Amerigo Storace, who was an Italian immigrant who came over here in like 1912. Yeah.
And you're the director, or you're also the screenwriter?
I wrote, produced, and directed the film, yeah.
Okay, so, I mean, I know that you said it's inspired by your grandfather. Well, what made you decide that you wanted to bring this to life?
Well, my grandfather was like my best buddy growing up, and I mean, we were just really close. I really admired him. He had a great life, and he lived to be 101, so he had a really great life. And at his funeral, this story that he used to tell me growing up came into my head, popped into my mind, and I'm a filmmaker, and I said, you know what, I gotta make this into a film. So a couple months later, I took a day, and I was in a country where I had no internet, no phone, no distractions, and I literally wrote the script in a day. And I spent about 5-6 months getting it together and casting it and finding the locations. I wanted to shoot it in Italy originally, but it just was super expensive to do it over there, a little difficult logistically because he lived up in the mountains in a very small town outside of Rome. So I found a way to shoot it in Florida and found all these great Italian-speaking people that lived in Tampa. I was looking for Italian actors at first, and there were not very many in Florida, but I found a lot of Italians living in Tampa, just enough to make the movie.
And I know Max said that he sent you the picture, and he said that he kind of resembled your grandfather. What was it about him that you think that really captured the film? That, what would you say about him?
Well, I mean, one of the things was his physical nature. My grandfather had a pretty thick head of hair. His nickname was Curly. So I was looking for a kid who had a lot of hair. I kind of figured I was going to do a wig, but then Max walked in, and he was the only boy that walked in that was absolutely perfect for the part. And so it was kind of a natural. And nobody in the cast had ever acted before a day in their life. It was the first time for them to do everything, all this.
That's wonderful. And it's great because it's already here at the Sunscreen Film Festival. So I'm going to pass the mic over. She's going to ask you a few questions.
Okay, I'll turn. Hi, how are you?
Hello. So I wanted to know, how long have you been a filmmaker?
I've been I started when I was a kid, after I saw Star Wars back in 1977, I guess. So I was 6-7 years old. And I've been doing it my whole life. I had some time acting. I love to act, so I started off kind of in front of the camera, and then I just always used to be a writer, storyteller. So writing and directing and editing kind of came naturally. So it's been it's been my whole life, kind of, I guess.
And so you said that you used to act, right?
Yes.
So I wanted to know, what movies have you been in?
My very first movie was a true life story called Rosewood that was directed by John Singleton. It was shot here in Florida back in the late 90s, mid 90s, I guess. I did Dawson's Creek, a couple episodes of Dawson's Creek, which is a television series. I did a series with Tom Hanks called From Earth to the Moon. I did a movie with Tom Hanks called The Green Mile, Contact, The Waterboy, projects like that.
And what's your favorite part about being a filmmaker?
I just always love telling stories. I mean, I just love writing. I love bringing stories to life. I really love bringing them to life on the big screen. I like working with people. I like collaborating. So I think it's kind of all of the above. It's the whole process that really kind of turns me on. Yeah.
All right, thank you. I'll pass the mic back to Alexia.
I'll help you. Here you go. There you go.
Thank you, sir. So kind. And are you looking forward to doing any more projects coming up?
Yeah, I'm working on a documentary right now called Woman in Motion, which is a true story about Nichelle Nichols from Star Trek. She played Lieutenant Uhura, and what she did for NASA to bring diversity into the space program. So I'm working on that's my very first documentary, and then I'm working on a feature film project based on the life of the Florida Highwayman artist.
And do you have any contact information that you can share for someone who can probably, if you're looking for help for your documentary or, casting, can you give us some information so people can find you?
Yeah, I have. I'm on Facebook. I'm Todd Thompson, my personal page, and then I have Stars North has a page, and then all my projects that I do have pages as well. And then our website is starsnorth.com, and then my cell phone number is.
That's wonderful. And for aspiring actresses like ourselves, could you give us any advice? And, not only auditioning and trying to land a role, but any advice that you could give to us?
Just never give up. Just enjoy what you do, and don't be afraid of the part. Don't be afraid of walking in there and giving it your best. And that's because that's really all you can do. And if you're meant for that role, that role's going to find you. And it just really just love it in your heart.
much. And I love interviewing. Thank you so much. Thank you again. I hope you enjoy the rest of your time here. Thank you guys and stay tuned for more.